It's my duty to announce that we held an executive session at 6 p.m. to discuss personnel, real estate, and legal issues.
6:30? 6:30.
Yeah, it was 6:30. Okay, where are we? Everybody please stand to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mrs. Brohowski, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Kozer?
Here.
Dr. Laughlin? Absent. Mrs. Haynes? Here. Mr. McConnell is absent. Mr. Baldini is it?
Here.
Mr. Burrell is it?
Here.
Mr. Repko?
Here.
Dr. Zorch?
Here.
And Mr. Howard?
Here. At this time, I'd like to open the floor up to hearing of visitors, part 1. This is where anybody in the district may stand up and speak to anything that's on the agenda for this evening, and there will be a 3-minute limit. Seeing no one, I move for adoption of resolution number 54, approval of the minutes.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes. Solicitor's report, Mr. Nichols.
I recommend that you move on resolution number 55, the approval of the memorandum of understanding for employee matter number 1 of this school year.
So moved. Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes. Education and planning, Ms. May.
Yes, I am honored this evening to introduce Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, who is president of GLPIEF. And she's going to talk to us about grant and annual funds. Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to present to the school board this evening to talk about some of the grants that we recently awarded to the school district, as well as share with you some exciting events that we have coming up this school year, as well as some news as well. I do want to share that we recently welcomed 3 new board members, Richard Boyle, Dawn Clare, and Dan Watson as our treasurer for this school year. I also want to recognize Heidi Kozart, who is our school board representative on the foundation board, and Michael Paremka is the superintendent on the board. So this year, the foundation awarded their first Alumni Distinction Award at our annual Loyal and True Dinner, and the 2022 award was presented to Mr. Lester Sutton. This award will annually recognize outstanding levels of professional achievement, service to the community, service to the Greater Latrobe School District, and other special efforts of success. We're excited to announce that the Loyal and True Dinner this year will be held at St. Vincent Conference Center again, and that date to save is March 16th, and the Alumni of Distinction nomination forms will be on our website soon. So if you want to save that date, we'd love to have you there with us, and if you do have an alumni in mind that would be deserving of that award, we would love for you to fill out one of those nominations. Some additional events I just want to share. The Coach Finley Football Scholarship Committee is hosting a dinner on October 29th to recognize the 1965 Wildcat Football Conference Championship team. All proceeds from that dinner will benefit the Finley Scholarship Fund. This year, we will once again host all district retirees for a holiday luncheon on December 7th in the CSC, and that's always a great event. We'll be bringing back the River City Brass Holiday Concerts that we haven't been able to do for a few years. And to save that date, that will be December 16th in the high school auditorium. It'll feature band students, choir students, and all the proceeds from that event will go back to the music department. We're really excited to be hosting these in-person events, again, bringing the community together and really getting to showcase our students. It's an exciting time. Now to just share a little bit more information about all the grants that we were recently awarded to the school district. The foundation granted $16,000 towards the Education 2025 initiative, and we're very excited to be a part of this work that the school district's doing with this initiative to create a student-centered, equity-focused, and future-driven educational system. We We made a grant for the LHTC streaming expansion and media partnership, which will support additional high-definition pan-tilt zoom video cameras and promote internship opportunities for those students who are interested in marketing and broadcast careers. We also provided funding for 5 new 3D printers that are going to be available in the media centers. And we did funding for the purchase of virtual reality goggles. These come with a constantly growing library of thousands of curriculum-aligned virtual, augmented, and mixed reality content for use across all subjects and age ranges. This includes 260-degree photos, 360-degree videos, 3D models, and explorable virtual scenes that can help teachers really deliver fully immersive, exciting, and engaging lessons. The Lewis A. Smith Endowed Fund granted $10,500, which will support fall, play, spring musical, and also upgrading the wireless microphones within the auditorium. I do want to make a special note about this fund, as it was created through a planned gift by Mrs. Dolores Burns for her son. And this transformational gift will always be remembered as part of our 1881 Legacy Circle. The Special Education Department received $41,125 in funding, and this was largely made possible by the annual golf outing and paint and sip with our friends at Goal Magazine and second half coach Wealth Management. We continued our tradition of awarding over $10,000 in teacher grants this year, and I wanted to say a special thank you to the Ron and Karen Lopresti Fund and the Dr. and Mrs. William D. Stavisky funds for their funding. The foundation dispersed $49,500 in donor-sponsored scholarships to graduating seniors in the class of 2022, and we were excited to secure $50,000 for expanding the Career Pathways program and a $2,500 grant that supported dual enrollment scholarships. I also want to share that last fall, friends and family of Stephen LaCasio created the Stephen LaCasio Memorial Fund to support scholarships and also providing a helping hand to students through what we call our Wildcat Emergency Fund. We're honored to carry on Mr. LaCasio's legacy at the school district, and we really do continue to see contributions coming in for that fund, and you can find more information on our website. I'm also pleased to announce that we've granted $10,000 to support the upcoming launch of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library for children in the Greater Latrobe School District. This is a book gifting program that mails free, high-quality books to children from birth to age 5, no matter what their family's household income is. Several of the surrounding school districts already do this program, so we're excited to be able to bring it to our future Wildcats. And last but not least, we made our largest grant of $106,500 towards the School Resource Officer Program expansion. This grant funding supported the purchase of 3 additional SOR vehicles, and these will support the elementary schools each having a designated vehicle that any SRO can drive, which means that this year there will now be an SRO vehicle at every building throughout the school day. So all the grants and scholarships that I referenced total $356,143, and we would not be able to make these grants possible without the support from our donors. We want the community to know that when they support the foundation, they really are continuing the tradition of excellence within this school district and positively impacting our students every day. As a foundation, we are getting ready to launch our annual fund campaign this fall. So we're once again seeking support for this fund and humbly asking you to consider making a gift this year. Community gifts to the fund are a vital component of our fundraising efforts each year. When you make a personal gift, we really are sending a strong message to the community that the foundation is important and donations are important to continue our tradition of excellence. I also want to note about the staff. The staff here at the school district has supported the annual fund from the very beginning, and we're very thankful for everything that they do. Again, I want to thank you for what you do for our students, and I do want to wish you the best on your school year this year. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can you give me that number again?
$356,143.
Mr. Watson, the value of $1 million is?
$350,000.
So we talk about $1 million worth of contributions to our school district. A budget that this year was a $0 increase. You cannot consistent for 10 years. So whether we raise taxes 1 mil or we go to 0 mils, understand that we are able to do those things because of the support of the foundation. And you said community support of what we do. And that's what it comes back to, is the fact that our community, our alumni, our business folks, anyone, whether you donate $1 or you donate $1,000 or $10,000, people believe in what we're doing at Greater Latrobe, and they want to give back to this school district. They want to give back to this foundation because they know that their money is going to support something significant in this school district. Whether it's school resource officer cars, or pan-tilt Zoom cameras, so that hopefully we can get audio on the band this week at our football game. You know, it is so important, and I think it's reflective of our community and the support that we have here. You can't underestimate what that $356,000 means to us, and I appreciate the work that the foundation does to secure that funding. It is remarkable. It is life-changing. It's district-changing for us, and I appreciate that work. I really, really do. I will tell a very quick story that underscores our community support. And you said $105,000 for the SRO vehicles?
$106,500.
$106,500. The foundation did not have that full amount to grant for all 3 cars. Somebody in this community said, they had enough for 2 vehicles. Somebody in this community said, what do you need for 1 more vehicle? And the response was $41,000. That person called and said, give me a day, let's see what we can do. And in 90 minutes, one person in this community called 4 of his friends and had $45,000 to buy the 3rd vehicle. Life-changing for our kids. That's just one example. Thank you for what you do. It does not go unnoticed, and it is completely appreciated.
Thank you. I was hoping we could maybe get a photo too with the check.
I would love to stand out front of my Yankees jersey to grab that photo. I'm going to a baseball game when we're done. So
Sounds good.
I'll stand in the back. You all can.
Aaron, would you mind being in as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you? He has a title.
Can I take it off, but I don't have a Yankee shirt.
Heidi,
No.
part of the foundation board.
second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? And that motion passes. I move for adoption of resolution number 64, for gifts, grants, and donations as listed.
Second.
Motion on the floor and seconded. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? And that motion passes. I move for adoption of resolution number 65 to approve disposal of property. This refers to two used wrestling mats for $2,200.
Dr. George was actually wondering whether he could
He
get
is.
those. Is it possible for us to renegotiate? He said he would go $2,250. Is that right, Doc?
Oh, sure.
Mr. Rocco, we have $2,260.
I prefer the month.
Wrestling days are over. Move a second on that. We need a second on that.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? And that motion passes. Our next Finance Committee meeting will be Tuesday, October 18th at 5:30 p.m. at the Senior High School Library. Facilities Operation and Planning, I move for adoption of resolution number 66 to approve Westmoreland Intermediate Unit Early Intervention Lease Agreement.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? And that motion passes. Our next Facilities Operation Planning Committee meeting will be Thursday, October 13th at 3:30 p.m. at the Edmund Building. Student Activities Recreation, Mr. Music.
Thank you. I move for adoption of resolution number 67, which is to approve the Small Pennsylvania Memorandum of Understanding for School District Dentist Services and Costs.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? And that motion passes.
And the next athletic and recreation committee is to be determined. And no report.
Thank you, Mr. Music. Community Relations, Mrs. Mays.
Yes, the next regular Latrobe Parks and Recreation Commission meeting will be held on Thursday, October the 20th, 4:30 p.m. at the Latrobe Municipal Building at the council chambers.
Thank you. Want to just go ahead and go to?
Before I move for adoption of the resolution, I'm really pleased to introduce to you Kimberly Bush. Kimberly Bush works at the IU, and the IU is now going to go back. If you remember, before the pandemic, they always sent a representative to our meetings, and Kimberly is going to be our person attending. She'll either attend all our regular meetings, depending on her schedule. But it's nice to have her, and we welcome her. Thank you so much. That's it.
If there is anything you would ever like to speak about, just reach out to me directly and we'll get you probably on the committee, the whole agenda,
Okay,
but we can work with your schedule, okay?
great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I move for adoption of resolution number 68 to authorize WIU Joint Purchasing Consortium representative and alternate for the 23-24 school year as listed. Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? And that motion passes.
I move for adoption of resolution number 69 to grant permission to advertise jointly as a member of the WIU Joint Purchasing Consortium for the 23-24 school year. Second.
Motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? This will be a roll call vote, Mr. Roscoe.
Morella Music,
Yes.
Mr. Rocco,
Yes.
Dr. Zorch,
Yes.
Mrs. Kozer,
Yes.
Dr. Lockwood is absent, Mrs. Mays,
Yes.
Mr. McCollins is absent, Merle D. Music,
Yes.
and Mr. Howard.
Yes.
That passes 7 yeas.
PWCTC Joint Operating Committee, Mrs. Cozar.
Yes, our next meeting will be Wednesday, September 28th, at 7 p.m. PWCTC.
Thank you.
That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Cozar. Transportation, Mr. Music.
No report this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Music. Mrs. Cozar, Board Policy and PSBA Liaison.
Yes, I move for adoption of resolution number 70, which is the election of PSBA officers as listed. And they're all, if there's one candidate, there's only one seat available. And then in the bottom for the insurance trust, we have 2 seats available and 2 candidates. So if you're all in agreement with voting for those, that's how I'm offering the resolution.
A motion on the floor, we have a second.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I move for the adoption of resolution number 71 to approve the final adoption of board policy listed below.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
And our next board policy meeting will be 2 weeks from now.
Thank you,
Please,
Ms.
my report, Mr. Heisler.
Thank you, Mrs. Cozar. Technology, our next technology committee meeting will be Tuesday, October 11th at 5:30 p.m. at the CSC. Superintendent's recommendations.
Ask the board to move on resolution number 72 to approve resignations as listed.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
Ask the board to move on resolution number 73 to approve professional personnel substitute teachers as listed.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I would ask the board to move on resolution number 74 to approve professional personnel long-term substitute teachers. Sarah Kelp, learning support, bachelor's step 1, that is retroactive back to September 6th. And Marina Lorenzi, Spanish, junior high school, bachelor's step 1, and that would be effective tomorrow, September 21st. So moved. Oh, I'm sorry, I asked you.
So
Can't do it
moved.
all again, huh?
So moved.
I tried. I've been talking for weeks, and I just jumped right into it, and I do what I need to. So what do we got?
We have a motion on the floor and a second by Mrs. Bain
All right.
and a third by Mr. Bremner. Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed?
Every once in a while, I
That
try to
motion passes.
sneak one by in. I ask the board to please move on resolution number 75, support personnel classified. Alicia Sutton, substitute food service. Tracy Holden, personal care assistant.
So moved.
We have a motion on the floor and a second.
Second.
Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
Ask the board to move on to resolution number 76, salary calculation corrections and position change assignments as listed.
So moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
Before we move on resolution number 77, and I ask for your motion, I do need to make a correction. I have the effective dates incorrect for Joshua Jordan, interim band director, Catherine Richards, interim assistant band director, and Morgan Rockwell as an interim assistant band director. I had listed those as July 1st, but the reality is on those three, it would be August 23rd, 2022. Josh Jordan at a 45% prorated share, Katie Richards at 22.5 prorated share, and Morgan Rockwell at 22.5 prorated share. If you are okay with me making those clerical adjustments, I would ask for you to move resolution number 77 as listed.
So moved.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? And that motion passes.
Thank you very much for doing that. I would ask the board to move on to resolution number 78, an additional on-road driver education instructor. That would be Jeff Duda for the 22-23 school year.
So moved.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? And that motion passes.
In other business, the homecoming football game is this Friday at home against Laurel Highlands. That's at Memorial Stadium at 7 o'clock. I will be interviewing my 20th homecoming queen at halftime. I don't know where the time went. The junior high school band youth football / cheer night is on Friday, October the 7th at Memorial Stadium. And field hockey, we had originally told you that field hockey senior night would be October the 8th. That date has been canceled, but they have rescheduled to October the 17th at 6:15. That will be at Rossi Field. We do have 2 board meetings next month, October the 11th and October the 18th, both at 7 p.m. here in the CSC. And we'll get to it next month, but just a reminder, only 1 board meeting in November. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Cranfield. At this time, I'd like to open the floor up to hearing of visitors part 2. This is where anybody in the audience may come to the podium, state your name and address, and speak of any concerns they may have about the district. Seeing no one, I move for adoption of resolution number 79, adjournment.
Second.
Motion on the floor and second. All in favor?